Hi everybody, it's Gina. I am in my kitchen today cooking. Yeah, some of you I'm sure saw the video yesterday evening that I put up with the stuff from the food pantry for Thanksgiving. So what I'm doing is I am using some of the stuff that I had at my house from that and from other, when you go out and get stuff or whatever, to make some vegetable soup. It's a very chilly day here in upstate New York, and we are going to want something nice and warm to eat tonight for dinner. In my pot, I've got plenty of water. Temperature is on medium high for the eye. Just making sure it was heating up there, folks. Since it's just the water, we're gonna go ahead and add some, this is like beef broth base. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some of that into the water, because we want this thing to be full of flavor, I'm sure. I think they've got the soup base mix also in a vegetable for people that are non-meat eaters. So you're going to go ahead and put that in your water so that as it comes up to temp, that will dissolve in there really well. So we've got that in. And we are also going to add in, while the water's heating, 2 bay leaves. We want that to infuse with a lot of flavor. What else are we going to be putting in here? Today we've got a big can of ready diced tomatoes. I have got my vegetables over here, my colander. I've got potatoes, carrots, celery, onions, half a cabbage. It was about 4 potatoes, 3 carrots, 1 onion, and part of the cabbage. So, and 3 little sticks of celery. So that's what's going into the soup. We also, near the end, are going to put in some of the elbow macaroni that I got last night in my box from the food pantry for Thanksgiving. I'm not going to use the whole box. Don't need the whole box. There's only 2 of us. And I want to, be able to have enough that it's manageable for me to be able to put it away when we're done. Also, we're going to add some Italian seasoning. This is just the Aldi brand. Flat Up, that's where I got that. Great Value salt, that's from Walmart. And the McCormick black pepper, which most places have McCormick brand spices that sell that stuff, since it's a national brand here in the U.S. So all your big stores up here is going to have it. Tops, Wegmans, Walmart, any of those places that are the big chain stores, Target, and a lot of your smaller stores are going to have it too, because everybody's aware of that brand and good stuff. Okay, my water is starting to move around in here, which means it's warming up. And also I can see that my beef broth powder is dissolving in here. And it looks like that is fairly well dissolved. So we are going to go ahead and add in our tomatoes. And yes, this is one of the larger cans. It's a 28 ounce. Be good to make some tomato soup with. And I'm going to go ahead and add my very full colander of vegetables in here. And everything is now officially in the pot. Oh, also, thank goodness my refrigerator sits literally right next to my stove. I am going to grab out a thing of minced garlic, and I'm going to add some of that into here. This is Clover Valley. That's from Dollar General store here in the U.S. So I'm just gonna, I like garlic in my food, so I tend to be a little heavier than some people will. Anyway, we're just waiting for everything now to come up to a boil before we let the vegetables cook. I tend to put my seasonings on my soups in toward the end because that way I don't have to add more once they get cooked. If you add them now, you'll have to add more later because the flavors lessen over time. So anyway, once this gets to where the vegetables are fairly well cooked, I will come back and show you the stuff that I'm going to put in at that point. Okay, y'all, I am back, and my vegetables are all nice and cooked. My potatoes are tender, and all that. The cabbage is obviously cooked through, that kind of thing. So at this point, I'm going to take out the 2 bay leaves that I put in earlier, and I am going to start adding the other seasoning at this point. So we know about the salt. Gina likes salty food. Just saying, that's kind of how I roll. Plus, I'm one of those people, one of the lucky people that usually has low sodium, not high sodium. So I can use my salt. But I love black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some Italian seasoning to give some flavor to this. I'm going to stir the seasonings in. Man, if this was smell-o-vision, y'all would be knocking me out to get to this. Yep, it smells really good. And at this point, I am going to add in the macaroni noodles. I'm not going to add this whole box because I don't need to add the whole box at this point. I'm not cooking for a huge amount of people at this point. So, and I might take a bowl up there to my, I call them Grandma and Grandpa. They're not really my grandparents. We're no relation to each other.